Hello students, today we are discussing about French poets, Bloomsbury Group and Stream of Consciousness. Before entering into the video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Okay. First, we will discuss about French poets. Actually, French poets are completely against the Georgian poets. Georgian poets always promoted the spirit of war, but French poets are completely opposing this tyranny of war. These poets participated in the First World War. In poetry, war was usually depicted as a glorious thing. Thousands of young men left their home with the conviction that war is a great one. Actually, trench poets are, or they are otherwise known as war poets. They are poets who were participated in the First World War. So many of them left their home with the hope that war is a great thing for their motherland. But few of them returned home after the war as survivors, and they were horrified with the pain and experience in the war. Many turned to writing, and they did it to escape from the trauma of war. Actually, these French poets are severely criticizing uh, the very notion of war, and they are against it. These French poets wanted to end all the wars in the world. Poetry attracted the whole ideology of the These French poets' poetry attacked the whole ideology of the nobleness of war. These poets were modernists, and they used naturalistic and painfully realistic language to talk about war. They wanted to stop all the wars. They used images to show the shock in their personality which happened due to the horrifying experiences in the war. They questioned the very notion of heroism, patriotism, and that essence for that eagerness to wage war for their motherland. They questioned all these notions. They are completely against Georgian poets. Important members of these war poet groups are Wilfred Owen, Roopert Brooke, Siegfried Sassoon, Edward Thomas, Robert Graves, Ivor Gurney, Isaac Rosenberg, and Edmund Blunden. They wrote war after First World War, that is a period after the period of 1914 to 1918. Next is Bloomsbury Group. This is not an official poets group, but it's a friendship group of some intellectuals, and the most important leader of this group was Virginia Woolf. This group was there between the period between 1900 to 1930. These intellectual friends started to meet in the post-Victorian period of after 1900. This group was there for somewhat 30 years. It's not a formal club, but just formed with a small group of people with similar ideas who met on a regular basis to discuss about what they felt. Actually, this group promoted feminism and anti-war theories. They were against war. They supported feminism, but they don't have any political interest or political backing. Bloomsbury Group were published in the press Hogarth. Important leader was Virginia Woolf, and other members of this group were Wessex Vanessa, who is Virginia's sister, Leonard Woolf, who is Virginia's husband, Stephen Bell, then Vanessa's husband Cleve Bell, Giles Lytton Strachey, and later E.M. Forster also joined this Bloomsbury group. And another one economist who joined this group was John Maynard Keynes. They don't have a political agenda, but they advocated feminism and anti-war theories. These members of Bloomsbury Group were influenced by psychoanalytical theories of Sigmund Freud. Important works published by this group are E.M. Forster's Passage to India, Virginia Woolf's A Room of One's Own, Giles Lytton Strachey's Eminent Victorians, a biography of well-known British writers. Please remember that this group worked during the period between 1900 to 1930. Another concept of this class is stream of consciousness. This stream of consciousness this concept started from the period 1890. It's not a modern era phrase, but it started from 1890, and the person who coined this term was William James. This was published in his work Principles of Psychology in 1890. Later, this concept was first applied by May Sinclair while she was discussing the works of Dorothy Richardson. This term was first used by this May Sinclair. Actually, stream of consciousness can be called as a sudden rise of thought and lack of punctuation. The works which use this stream of consciousness, in this there may be lots of narration of thought of that writer or character. There won't be any particular way through which novel is written. It may jump from one to another thought, and there won't be any linear sequence of events. In simple term, we can call this as in such novels, when a character is thinking about some political issues, and then the next moment he may think about his kitchen, and another moment he may think about his baby. So there won't be any sequence of action in these types of novels. And we have to understand the way of events by the thought process of the characters. There, the metaphor of river is used to explain about the way of thinking of characters. Stream of river, which is a metaphor to describe the consciousness or thoughts of all the characters. These writers who followed this stream of consciousness were associated with modern and short story writing of 20th century. Marcel Proust is an important writer of this stream of consciousness, and another writer is William Faulkner. William Faulkner's Sound and Fury is the best example of stream of consciousness. In this novel, a character is thinking about something, and by the next moment he may think about extremely different thing. This is the specialty of stream of consciousness. Then Virginia Woolf's The Lighthouse. In this, Mrs. Ramsay and her thoughts flow like a river. One direction, either her thoughts may go in one direction, and at the another moment it may go in the opposite or another direction. This is the specialty of stream of consciousness. And the best example for this concept is James Joyce. In James Joyce's Ulysses, there are somewhat 30 lines without any proper punctuation. So these all are the examples of stream of consciousness. And Marcel Proust, in his work In Search of Lost Time, is excellently using this concept. Thank you.